Ladies and gentlemen, do I have a show for you today? We're going to switch this camera. I'm going to show you, this is where I live. This road has always been here since I moved here. But when I moved here in 2014, in one day, maybe one or two cars would park right here or over here in the parking lot for the Stanley House. Maybe we would see two cars a day, and then there was a walk path. This is progress in the Philippines, baby. And there was at the end of this road where this concrete wall is, there's a walk path to the beach. And we would see, mostly on the beach, you would see locals fishing for scallops and clams and maybe the occasional lobster or conch shell. So in one day, in one day, it was a path about 5 feet wide here. Now this road is 100% legal. They dug it out with a machine about 6 months ago. There was always supposed to be a road here because this is supposed to be a dive, a vacation. This road was supposed to be brought down to the beach with tar or tarmac or concrete. And this area is designated for diving and snorkeling because right outside where we're going to go now is a reef. So it was about 5 feet wide. It was so narrow 6 months ago that a motorcycle and a person walking in the opposite direction, one person would have to give the other person the right of way to pass. So they came in with a big machine, legally, 100% legal, and they dug this out in order to give access to the reef outside the beach. And this reef is a beautiful reef. It's the last living reef with easy access in Bohol, and this is the Dragon Head area. So this is the last living reef on the island of Bohol with easy access. And as I said before, what I used to look at, one car, maybe two motorcycles, and a dozen people a day walking down this path. It now looks like a Kinney parking lot in New York City. And I'll go over the rules of how the boats are anchored off on the reef and how many people are allowed to go to different parts of Bohol, including Balikasag Island. Mein Buntag. So this is something new. This is the first time I ever saw. They're actually bringing, let me see, I'll ask the gentleman who's running the show here. How many passengers? 20?
Yes, sir.
20 passenger bus. Yes. King Aces Travel and Tour Service. And where are you from?
From
Osaka Pudalong.
From GGH.
Where?
And GGH hotel.
Which hotel?
In Davis.
In Dowie. Salamat. What is your name?
Arnel.
Anel?
Yes.
I am Michael. I live over here.
Ay.
Mein Buntag Anel. And this is a tour?
Yes.
And how many pesos?
So total of 52.
5,200?
No. It's 52 total of guests because of 2 county.
52 pesos?
52 packs.
52
Yeah,
pass?
passenger 52. Yeah, because 2.
But how many pesos? Pesos for the ride?
No, not
For the hotel?
from the hotel.
Part of the hotel?
This is package. This is package tour.
Libre?
No. It's company tour.
How many pesos?
I don't know how many pesos.
You're the driver?
Yes.
You have to tell them for you 100 each.
100 each.
100 palihog. Palihog 100.
Palihog 100.
100 baby. Okay, Donell, have a nice day.
Yeah.
So this is the second bus. There was another King's Aces bus. I'm not used to all of these people on the beach. When I normally come here, well, it's taken a while, but in the last 6 months, it's changed dramatically. Even last week, there were only half this many vehicles on Sunday. So, well, let's go over how it works. So, these... Hello, Mayan Buntag. Go ahead. These vehicles park their vehicles. Each vehicle brings pretty much their own tanks, but there is one green vehicle that brings 240 tanks at 6 o'clock in the morning, and at the end of the day he picks up 240 tanks. So this little tricycle here, he'll put about 14 tanks in the back of his tricycle. I see him. One tag. Sir, how many tanks you'll carry? 14? 40.
Yeah.
40 tanks.
40 tanks.
40 tanks in the chariot. Salamat. Mayan buntag. Ah, here they are. 40 tanks in this little vehicle. Quite the vehicle. Yes. Mayan buntag. Mayan gabi. Mayan
40 tanks.
40 tanks only, maximum.
How many tanks dito?
40 tanks. This is your vehicle? You're the driver?
No.
Not the driver? This is nice. Power.
Manpower.
No power. Manpower. Manpower. This is a man. They push this up and down the block every day with another 40 tanks. Salamat. Where are we here? We have a food processing plant over here.
Your neighbor,
Barriot, number one.
Berrios.
Barriot, number one. Buntag.
Michael, Berrios, number 1, Kagawa.
Number one, trabajo. Electric, construction, concrete. Number one, baby.
Oh my God.
Barrios, number one, yeah? Isa. So this is what the beach looks like. Many people today, huh? Mahal. Mayan buntag. So 2 years ago during the lockdown, I made a video on this beach. On a Sunday, there would be me and maybe 2 or 3 other people. So what happens here is
Popper.
these boats here, most are going to Balikasag, yeah?
Yeah, they're in front. Diving.
In the front, not Balikasag. So these, and do they have, what is the name of this reef? Dragon Head Reef?
No.
Do you know the name?
Yeah.
The reef, the name. Do you know the name of the reef? No? Okay. All right, so let's go see one of these boats. Salamat. What is your name?
Arnold.
Arnold.
Berrios neighbor.
Barriot's neighbor. Everybody is Barriot's neighbor. Barriot number one, baby. Number one. Salamat, Arnold. Okay, so this is what the boats look like. Now this boat will load up their gear. Now Arnold said that most of the boats are going to dive the reef, and the reef is about 300 feet, just about 300 feet from here. So if you were to go jump in the water here, and you were to go out to that yellow barge, right out there, that yellow barge. The yellow barge is actually on the outside of the reef in deep water. So the inside of the reef is 300 to 375 to 400 feet away from here. The reef is about 125 feet wide. Buntag. Oh, guapo.
Oh, good morning.
Mayang gabi.
How you doing, sir? Good.
Mayan buntag. You're going to be you'll be the one?
Yeah.
Palihog.
I have to post this one.
You push.
Yep.
Like a caballo. Like a caribou. You want to
Yeah, can you help me?
yeah. Ready? One, two, three. Yeah, I think you are only doing up to 2. You are only up to 2. Everybody go in the back.
Okay.
In the back. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, I sa pa yan. So there's it was explained to me earlier by the ladies in the or they even have a concession set up for riding a banana boat, the tube. So these boats are mostly going to this area of the reef here. Then for a small distance there's buoys, no diving. It's a protected area. And then down at the other end of the beach by the Bellevue, there's more spots to dive. Now, I did ask one of my friends, Gil, who did not want to be in the video, how they anchor out on the reef. And he explained that they don't anchor. There's a pin in the ground out there, and they have a rope coming up from the pin. The pin goes into the coral, and then there's a rope and a buoy at the top of the rope. Now, I don't know if that's true for every boat, but that would be the proper way to utilize the reef, because if the boats are dropping an anchor twice for each trip, 4 times a day, the reef has no chance. 3 years from now, the reef would be basically gone if they're using anchors. But Gil explained that they're using pins and buoys. So that's the proper way to set it up for the boats. And this is, we went from 0 people on the beach in a day to 1,000 plus people a day. You can see how happy I am about that. Only because I wasn't sure how they park their boats. I'm not real sure how that even happens now. But I do see buoys out there now that I'm looking. So that's a good thing, because if there's no buoys, in 3 years there will be no reef. So we went from, when I moved here, to see 2 or 3 people a week walk down to this beach, to now 1,000 people on a busy day. 1,000 people from 2 or 3 people. That adds up to 300 times the original amount. Mein Buntag. Where will you go today? Will you go to Balakasag or out here?
Just only here.
And do you have an anchor or you have a buoy?
How a boy there?
They have a buoy with the pin in the ground. That's the good way. And your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Jerry.
Jerry. I am Michael. Mein Buntag, Jerry. Salamat.
Careful, the anchor.
Anchor. Yes, anchor.
Just only use the anchor here in shallow.
Oh, yeah. Kasabut. And this is the little anchor that they have to park on the beach. Jerry, have mein Buntag. Okay, so these are all the local dive boats, fishing boats. These boats leave at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, all these little pontoon boats. Not all of them. Probably about 50% go out on any given day. And they go fishing they can fish anywhere they want. But the most of the fish is just on the far side of the reef out there. And they leave around 4:30 in the afternoon, and they come back about 5 o'clock in the morning. Usually one man will go out on a boat, and he'll have like not a fishing pole, a plastic drum, and they put the rope around the drum, and they catch anywhere from 1 kilo to 5 kilos a night, and then they sell their catch in the morning on the street. So this is the new and improved Bohol, baby. diving, and right up there where those cranes are in the distance, that's called Dragon Head. Where those cranes are, this is the whole of where I am right now is called Dragon Head Pang Lao. So we went from having about 8 dive boats to, I don't know how many there are. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. I count 32 boats on the reef. I count 4 boats on their way off the shore. And I will tell you about Balikasog Island. Balikasog Island has a maximum of 200 people per day. And out there they have Coast Guard regulations. So they do have a Coast Guard officer at Balikasog where they sell the tickets for the tours, for the snorkeling or scuba diving. It's 200 people per day maximum. And I just spoke with somebody before I turned on the camera, and they're pretty strict about that. So Balikasog is a protected natural habitat in Bohol. The trips out there are about 4,000 pesos per person. 4,000 pesos per person for 4.5 hour trip. So they have changed the parameters of what's going on here in Dragon Head, Philippines, baby. So we have another boat right here getting ready to go out. And that's, this is a big update. They're now bringing buses, 20 passenger buses, into this area. Oh, look what happened to Jonas's boat. This was a beautiful, when I moved here, my neighbor, he lived next door to me, but he had this boat. It was for rent. He brought passengers out every day. But now, the boat is in, I don't think he's able to do passengers anymore. What a beautiful boat this used to be. And he would stay out there all night and fish, and then he'd bring the fish home in the morning. But no more. That's it, over. Guten Tag. So this beach brings you to the Bellevue Hotel. Right there, exactly 1,300 feet away, is the Bellevue Resort Hotel. And I think I'll end this video. I think I'll get in the video. I haven't shaved. This didn't feel much like shaving this week. There's a reason for that, but we won't get involved with that right now. So thanks for watching. And this is Michael Fazio in the Philippines, baby, saying the Philippines changes every 6 months. Umping Permi, which of course means take care always from the Philippines, baby.